That's what I want.
It did work, Joe.
Okay, so this meeting is obviously being recorded. Hey, Joe.
I can actually say good morning.
Good morning. So, Joe, I'm thinking this is going to be the last week I'll put up hi, Nina. This is going to be the last week I'm going to put up the still life. I think I'm tired of looking at it, and I expect everybody else is. So let's all push to get our paintings done, or drawings, or whatever it is you're doing, done by today. Olga, you can just keep working on it. I'll help you keep working on it. You can work on it in another class or whatever, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yep. I was going to start actually by demonstrating how to glaze your painting when it's kind of half done. So would anybody like to watch that? Glazing in oil? Okay,
Yeah.
great. So let me show you how that works.
And Leah, is
Yeah.
in oil, that's something very different from the regular glazing, right?
It's pretty much the same. It's just a different material you use.
But you're glazing to protect it, not to change the color.
No,
Right?
I'm glazing it for the same reason. I'm glazing it to change the color. Yeah, I'm just using a different material because I have to use a different material because I'm using oil. So yeah, so this is a fun thing to watch for those of you who don't know. Okay, so normally I'd be using this jar to hold Gamsol to clean my brush, but you can put Galkid on your palette paper. If I do that, it's going to drip down. I might try it anyway, but I'm going to put some of this Galkid light. You could also use linseed oil. I'm going to put some of my Galkid light in a jar. It looks like honey a little bit. Here's the Galkid light. So when you glaze, you're going to glaze. So if you're working with acrylics, you're going to do this process exactly the same, except you're going to use water instead of Galkid light. You could also use linseed oil. You're going to want to use a big brush. And hang on, let me grab my quinacridone.
Is that the color I can use, Quinn? Quinn red? Is that a cool red? Oh, she's gone.
So Olga, I know this isn't quite big enough for you, but I think it should help you get started in terms of seeing the base shapes here. I can put this up bigger later. Anyway, here is quinacridone red, which is this kind of lovely pink. So this is what I suggested Pat use to glaze her entire painting. Her painting is half done, so often going in when a painting is dry and offering a glaze kind of gives you the opportunity to change the color, the tone. So when you glaze, you're going to take, so here it is. I don't know if you can see it. There's a sort of dripping honey shaped quality to the paint. And I'm using a lot of liquid. So if you look at my paintbrush really close, you'll see that although you can see paint pigment, it's not like piled up on the brush. It's a very fluid, watery mix. And then as I glaze, I'm going to go across my whole piece. And I could do this many times. See how neat that's already looking? Oh my God, my cup has turned from gray to pink. My oil paintings and my acrylic paintings have many glaze layers on them. I glaze a lot, so I can get kind of little bits of color everywhere. Now, if I don't want my cup to stay pink, I can come back in here and scrub it out. So there's just little traces of it. See that? So I can get rid of most of it. So I can get rid of it in the areas I don't want. So Pat, this is what I want you to do. I want you to glaze the entire thing, and then I want you to scrub out, and it'll stay wet for a while. So whatever you put on top of this, particularly if you're working in oil and it's not going to dry right away, it's going to mix in a little bit with your upper layers. That's okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So that is glazing. And you can do it again and again and again and again. And I need to get another jar for my wait, what did I do with my first jar? Ah, there it is. I need to get another jar so I can get some Gamsol. So I'll be right back.
I'm doing something. Oh.
All right, so I'm going to.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh. Is that one of yours, Sandra?
Yeah, that's Diane. The rabbit is out, so I think that's probably what he wants to do as well, but we're not going there.
Okay, hi Diana.
Hi.
Anybody else come in? So once I've removed the thing so that you guys can take a look at it, those of you who are still drawing or painting. So once I get my, once I clean up my, oh shoot, here I'm gonna have to add, sorry, I'm gonna have to jump back in for a second. Show you one more thing. So this is turpentine or Gamsol. Once I get my brush full of this gal kit in this particular color, I want to clean it off so I can use it again. So I'm going to use the gal kit for that. You can see I'm dripping it in here. Now I'm kind of
You're not on the screen.
Yes, I am.
Huh.
I am. Are you using a phone or an iPad? I've got two screens on.
Using a computer.
It
I only
must be
see
your
the one
computer.
screen. I see Joe, Diana,
The
and
first and the second.
I have added two spotlights here. So now I'm cleaning this up. I'm cleaning this. Here, I'll remove them and I'll put them back on again. I'll remove.
There it is.
Yeah, well, they're both going up. So that's the thing. They both have to be up. So I'm cleaning it out here. I don't want to get Gamsol on my top layers of my painting. If I want any liquid, I'm going to be using little bits of Galkid, but I do want the Gamsol to be able to clean it, the brush. So now my brush is clean. I've kind of squeezed off the extra solvent, so it's not going to brush it, because Gamsol and turpentine are paint thinners, and so they will pull the paint off your painting. And after the first layer, you really don't want that to happen. So Joe, who needs help with their painting? Who is at this point where they need some help with their drawing or their painting?
I know, Mike, I don't like I'd like to get something better on the honey, the light through the honey, and then I just need to do the back wall.
Okay, why don't you take a picture of where you're at, Joe, and then we'll take a look at it and send it across and we'll take a look at it. I'm thinking you might want to glaze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well, let's take a look.
Okay.
And what? Oh, and yes.
Well, you were saying you actually use Galkid for the glaze then?
Yep.
Okay.
I use Galkid for the glaze. And that, I mean, that's generally why we use Galkid. You can use Galkid for a couple of reasons. One is like, sometimes you don't want to work with just paint. You want a little bit of fluid on your brush, right? So the way an acrylic painter would use water, you'll use a little Galkid, but also Galkid will help it dry faster. So, okay. So it'll dry in a day or two as opposed to a week. So I like to always have a little bit of Galkid just on the tip of my palette here, so I can dip into it and mix it with a tiny touch of color, not so that you really notice it being drippy like this piece down here, but just enough so that you can get color. You can get so that it dries a little bit faster. So yeah, send a picture over and we'll take a look. Okay, boy, that's looking good, Joe. Well, there's a couple of things. I think your honey is too low, so we should bring the dark part of your honey up a little bit, right here. I think we should glaze this with burnt sienna or bright orange. So you could mix a cadmium red and a cadmium yellow orange, cadmium red and cadmium yellow together and glaze with Galkid and an orange. So that is the first step that you're going to do. Then we're going to come in and work those areas a little bit more. Your cup's looking great.
Yeah, I like
Actually,
that.
your picture's looking pretty good too. And we'll
Yeah.
work a little bit more on fabrics as well, how to kind of
Yeah.
get the fabrics
Yeah, I don't,
going.
those shadows are bugging me.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pull this off so you guys can actually see the still life and work with the still life. Remove spotlight. There we go. So you can see it a little bit better. So anybody else? What else does anybody need? You know, you'll, oh, Pat. What do you need help?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what to do next.
Well, now you're going to mix your top colors. Oh, that looks much better. So the first thing, Pat, is that you're going to want to get rid of this little ring on top, which is your cup, right?
Okay.
Right?
Make it, okay. Make it blue or?
Well, no. You have here. Look at this. You have a little ring above the top of your cup where your cup used to be.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get more paint. That to me is the first thing you need to address. So you need to get more paint on top of that, and you'll probably spread it everywhere. So I don't know what colors you use, but I don't know what colors you use, but you'll want to.
Sienna and
a little blue.
Red, I think.
Red. Okay.
Red and burnt sienna.
Nice. So go in, mix some more of that. You're just going to mix straight color, or maybe use a touch of Galkid mixed in with your paint, but you're going to go over that and get rid of that ring. So that's step one. That is step one. Yeah. And then we'll go to the next step.
Okay.
So is the banking in the background at my place bothering you? I can go quiet.
We can't hear it.
Oh, wonderful.
I can hear it a little bit, but no, it's not really. Is it bothering anybody else? I think it's okay.
What is it?
I didn't know.
Banging. See, obviously people
No,
would
we
know.
can't hear any banging.
All
Okay,
right,
thank you.
Olga, let's see. Okay. So, Olga, a couple of things. Okay, I'm going to move this off so I can really put this out. Not too bad, but as usual, you're rushing. And when you rush, you make mistakes. So what are the biggest mistakes here? Number one, your cup looks good. Notice how tall the picture in the back is. It's exactly the height of the cup. Notice how tall you made your picture. So you made your picture way too big. Your picture is behind. Just because it's rising up doesn't mean it's bigger. It's farther away from us, right? So check that measurement. See that?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking that my cup is too small, but it's not a problem in the cup. I understand.
Yeah, the cup is the first thing that and then let me check the cup. Let's see. I'll check the cup right now. The cup in width, yeah, no, the picture's too big. The cup is actually fine. Okay. Good job on the honey jar. So give yourself, notice also that there's an edge right here. Kind of like those edges we've been dealing with in a building, right? Where this angle goes off that way and this one kind of goes up this way. So give yourself that edge. Draw in the dark and the light of the actual honey itself, and then get your shadows in. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good job. I like that you're like, okay, what should I correct? But I want to say something, Olga. You're getting better. Do you feel it? When you want to, you're like spot on. So like when your concentration is good, it's like, bam, you're just like, that's a very fast drawing.
I just have the feeling that I want to draw and paint all the time. So half of the day I was painting and drawing.
That's great. That's great. Welcome, Lana. So I guess what I would tell everybody else is whatever you're working on, you need to tell me what you're working on now and where you're at, and then I can help you. This is going to be the last week I'll set up this still life. I'd like next week to move on to something else. There was a request to go on to figure painting, which means we'll need to start with some figure drawing. I want to know how everybody feels about that. If you want to, of course, you can totally work on whatever you want to. So, but in terms of the demo, are people feeling ready to move on to figure painting? Would you like to try one more different kind of subject before we go on to that?
I'm good either way.
This is where I am. Go ahead, Joan.
Yeah, either way works for me.
Either way works for you? Okay. All right.
I'm-
And, you know, of course, like I said, if you're Pat, you've got paintings you're working on, like if you're Sandra, you've got paintings, or Diana, you're working on paintings, like, so just speak up if you want me to help you with anything. Otherwise, I'll assume you'll have something and you're working on it.
I have 2 known conflicts in June.
Okay, so, all right. Well, the recordings will also be there, so you can maybe jump in and.
By the way, guys, we've got the cicada invasion. Can you hear them sing?
No.
Yeah, we've been reading about it.
Let me put the iPad outside. Oh, they just stopped. You know, they
Oh,
go
I
like
can hear them.
rhythm.
Yeah, the little. I've been
just
reading
stopped.
about that. Is it bad?
Well, thank God in my garden it's not too bad.
Because you're
So-
covered,
and I'm
you
not-
have covers.
Well, because I'm kind of more in the city. I think people in the exteriors have a lot more. They
Right.
kind of freak me out a bit, but fortunately a lot less than they did 17 years ago.
Wow.
I'm now able to rescue them out of a pond with a leaf. I mean, I don't grab them with my hands, but before I used to
Right.
just scream when I saw one.
Right. No, Annika. Right.
Now they're singing again.
Yeah, now I can hear them.
Once they're in the tree, they just sing, which is fine. And then until they fall off, of course, which is unpleasant. The problem is when they come out of the ground and to go into the trees, that's where you encounter them. I don't mind the singing at all. It's kind of nice.
But the cats must love them.
So yeah, my previous generation, one of them used to bring them in, which used to be awful because then I had to capture it and set it free.
Right. Right.
These guys, they're not so adept with the carton, so this hasn't happened.
All right. Give me just a moment, you guys. Go ahead and. Oops, sorry. Sorry, did not mean to interrupt your programming with that bad little face. So Pat, when you're ready for the next steps, we'll talk about it, because I think what you need to do is similar to what Joe needs to do.
What's that?
It's working on soft edges.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm trying to make the yellow kind of
Why-
be the
oh.
same level as the one on top, because it's like obviously off.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. All right.
since
Yeah,
I had
work
that
the-
color out anyway.
Might as well.
Yeah.
That's very efficient thinking. So you're constantly, with paintings, you're constantly pulling and pushing, pulling and pushing, pulling and pushing. You're pushing back, you're going forward. Olga, when you're ready, send me over your drawing and I'll get you started on your first layer.
Okay.
So this class is really designed a bit more drop in. There will be demos, but it's going to be a little bit less guided than the others. I mean, it's guided, but like I'd rather everybody come to me with their works.
I think once I finish these 2 oils, I may just end up in your Wednesday class.
Oh, that'll be figure drawing.
So Wednesday is figure drawing?
Wednesday will be figure drawing. Yes.
Oh,
starting in
okay. Well,
June.
maybe I won't then.
You can do whatever you want in any class, but Wednesday, I'll send you the new schedule. I just didn't want to confuse anybody by sending it next week because it's a different schedule. Wednesday turns into figure drawing. Thursday becomes drawing fundamentals or beginning drawing. Friday stays watercolor. Saturday is drawing fundamentals. Sunday is painting, oil and acrylic painting studio. So, oh, and Tuesday will be abstract painting. I also might stick in the first week of June, I might stick in one beginning drawing class for absolute beginners. Because we have a couple new companies coming in and I'd like people to have the opportunity. And any of you are invited to try that, right? You can also register for that. That is a class I have taught several times. You learn how to draw a lily. And it's a great intro lesson on what the sort of drawing principles that I'm teaching you are about. So I would say if you want to join that, you are welcome. It's just going to be one time. Okay. Let's see.
Joe, didn't you and I do that together?
Yeah.
Probably.
I thought so.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
Oh, that looks nice, Pat. It looks great. It looks really nice.
I'm
Okay.
so glad you had me glaze that. It was like so garish to me. I couldn't bear it.
It looks pretty.
Actually, I was liking it.
I like it too. It's got a really
I like the
Pat,
start.
can you send the picture over, the photo over so I can see
Yes.
where the shadows are? Oh, Olga, there you go. Good job, honey. Really good.
Still not sure about the shape like of this red thing. I'm not sure that it's correct.
Okay, so just a couple of shifts here. Take a look. Yeah, you've made him a little bit fat here. It's easy to lose the look at the negative space here. And that'll help you shape. So your jaw, I think you came up a little bit like that. Right? So thin it out by pulling in. Nice. And notice there's a very nice shadow here, here, and here too.
Yeah.
Yep. When you get that shape. Good job. Okay. So, right. Okay, so it looks like, Pat, it's a little bit lighter. Oh, so it looks like something funky is happening with your handle. You've brought it up a little far. It needs to
I
be
sure have.
coming down.
Right. Well, we can't do anything about that till everything dries.
Well,
Yeah.
you can do that. You can do something
Yeah?
about that. Yes, you can do
Okay.
something about that. And I'm just looking to see what else here. So one of the things to notice is that your lights are really, there's a light area. I don't really have that sketch here. So let me see if I can show you. Actually, I want you to identify for me the lightest areas on the cup. Where are they?
The right edge of the cup
Yep,
itself.
the inside, right? The inside.
Actually, I was looking at the strip down the right, down the cup.
Oh, that right side. Yes, there's this right edge, right?
And then the lip on the right side. Then
The
there's
lip on the right side.
there's a section there on the left. Well, that's actually on the saucer, so that I don't know, maybe that didn't count. The inside of the
right
handle.
The inside. So here, I'll show you where it is on this cup. Here, hold on. Sorry, I'm going to add a spotlight again. So if you look at this cup, it's light. It's light here, right? And it's light here. And then it's light on the inside of the cup. So why is the light on the opposite side here that it is here? Do you know?
Say the question again.
Why is the light here on the opposite side as here? If the light is obviously coming from this direction, this is the lightest side. Why is it
coming from a little higher, so it catches that too?
Well, it's the inside, right? So the inside will actually, so it's a definite always rule of light that if light is coming from this direction, it's going to be lighter on the inside of the cup. It's going to be lighter on the opposite side as the outside. Okay, just keep that in mind. Always, if it's light is coming from this direction, it will always, on the outside, it will always go to the opposite side on the inside of the cup.
Oh, okay, because the cup is creating its own shadow.
Right, exactly, because this is a different, what's here is a different side than this side. This is the inside, this is the outside. It's a different side. So it's like a cube moving around. So anyway, that's a helpful thing to know. So now your job is to mix some light blue and some dark blue. And so you're going to spend your time, you're going to spend a little time doing that. So I'll show you what I mean by that. All righty, here I'm going to need, hold on, I'm going to need some ultramarine blue. Yeah. Here, I'm going to scoot this over a little bit so you can watch me mix. So here's ultramarine blue. And then I'm going to have some white to make it lighter. And I'm going to have some burnt sienna here to make it darker. So I have all my paints that I need here. Actually, no, yeah, I'll need burnt sienna. Where is it? Where's my burnt sienna? So I have this kind of, this blue, which the color of the cup is. And then I want to make the blue lighter, I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. To make the blue darker, I'm going to add a little bit of orange to it, burnt sienna. So I want to mix a little bit of each. I'm taking a little bit here with my palette knife of blue and a touch of orange. So that creates a kind of shadow color of the blue. Now, if I don't want it to be that dark, which I do not, I can pull a little white into that area. So I can make it a little bit grayer. And if I feel like it's too gray, I can put in a little bit more blue to make it bluer. See that? Okay. So I have a dark pile and then I have a light pile. So this is just simply blue with white. And I can make it lighter. I want distinct values. This is not really reading as dark, so I might add more blue to it to make it a little bit darker. I want a dark, a medium, a dark made out of the gray. And then I want, but made out of the mix. And then I want a medium made out of blue and a little white. And then I want a light made out of blue and more white. So this is what I want to wind up with. So that's what you're going to mix first and then send me a picture of it.
All right.
Nobody don't, and here I'll send a picture of this so you can really see the color. Although I think the color is much better than it has been.
You talking to Joe or me?
I think I'm talking to everybody.
Ah.
Okay, who else could use some advice right now? Okay, let's see, Olga. Yeah, see, that's better. I think he's still a little too fat. I think it's still a little slightly too fat. Well, maybe not. It's still a little too fat. Bring it in a little bit, Olga, on the right here. Okay, thin it out a little bit here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's the problem. Your mouth is too wide here. So
Yeah,
it's stretching into that.
Because on the left side, I was checking with this like honey thing, and it's like at the same position. So it should do this. So it's
exactly.
On the right.
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to hear.
Hey, Leah?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I bought something called Radiant White.
Uh-huh.
What's the difference between Radiant White and Titanium White?
You're going to have to tell me. I've never seen it. So you'll just need to mix it with your whites and see. All the whites are different. Zinc white is different than, but what I'm familiar with is zinc white, and it's probably a little bit more, I don't know. I really don't know. You'll have to just experiment and mix with it, which is kind of fun, right? Like to have these options. Is it a Gamblin thing? Gamblin has this whole Radiant series they're doing. They're like kind of lighter pastels.
Yeah, just looking at it, it looks a little whiter. Next to it, Titanium White looks a little less white.
But what does that mean?
Like it has a yellow, a yellow cast to it?
It looks yellower.
Yellower, yeah.
So not less white or more white. It's a white with more yellow in it, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. But my eyes have deceived me before.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun to see. Let's do some mixing. What's everybody else working on? Send it across if you want to send a picture.
I'm messing up the snow leopard big time.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
I worked on it so carefully that day.
It's hard to
have to rescue part of it with gouache.
There you go, Olga. You've got it. Add the Olga, there's one thing else I wanted to talk to you about, which is if you look at the shape of the cup, it's less pointed, and it kind of it goes straight down and then in.
Yeah.
Go ahead and so you can kind of fatten it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's not kind of a straight V like that. Then add your darks into your pot and you're ready to paint.
Okay.
After both of those. Oh, also, did you make sure that this is rounded at the bottom? I can't really tell. Looks like you drew it flat.
It's rounded, but I will correct it.
Yeah, make it a little bit more extreme. Just not too much more extreme. Picture looks perfect. Picture perfect. How was everybody's week?
Exhausting.
Never got out of the house.
Really? I'm sorry you're still here, Joe.
Until yesterday. We finally went somewhere yesterday.
Was it just busy? Is work busy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you start wrapping up about 5 or 5:30, then it's time to eat. By then you're just like, well, nowhere to go now.
Yeah. Totally. I got a new watch, one of those like sort of Fitbitty watch things which it measures, if you wear it when you sleep, it tells you how much sleep you get.
Yeah.
Like, sleep. I'm kind of fascinated by how little deep sleep we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get tired. You'll get tired of it.
Oh, really? In the meantime, it's my obsession. I'm like checking it all the time. I'm checking my heart rate all the time. I'm like, woo!
Been there, done that.
It's kind of fun.
Oh, shit.
What?
I was leaning my hand on a spot that wasn't dry.
Oh. You ruined it. Start over.
Yeah, start over.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. You know how not fun it is to move windows?
Yeah. Not fun at all.
Oh, that's what I've been doing. But I haven't decided where to go. I'm going to send it over.
Let's see. All right, Olga, there you go. So your first step is going to be, and let's see, Pat. Oh yeah. Make sure these two on the left, Pat, look a little too similar. So give yourself a light. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, one was with one white and one was with the other.
Which one do you like better? Whoa, Diana, wow. Yeah,
I think I like the one on the bottom better.
Use the one on the bottom.
Okay.
Looks like fun. That's a very luscious setup, by the way, that you've sent in. I like seeing all that mixing. Are you using the right side of, which side of the palette paper are you using? Are you using the papery side or the shiny side?
The shiny side.
Really? It looks papery. Can you see that? Look at this. I'm see how that papery side looks. Are you sure you're using the shiny side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that side is slippery too.
Yeah.
Maybe I just didn't put enough on there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no. It's just, maybe it's just the angle of what, I have this palette paper that's gray, so it's really easy to tell the front and the back.
Yeah, no, mine's white.
Yours is white. Okay. Diana, that's looking great. You know, you might try a glaze, like a burnt sienna glaze to kind of.
You and your glazes.
Yeah, but I think it'll pull everything together a little bit. I think you'll like it. I think it'll feel less like you've got little pieces of, right, me and my glazes. Well, you know, it's either that or a purple glaze for you. Okay, Olga, so now what you want is to get some, this is pink because I used it to clean. You want to get some Gamsol or turpentine in a jar.
Okay.
And then you want to get a thick brush, 1 inch craft brush. So let's see, where is my 1 inch? Ah, here it is. Okay, so you want this brush. And then you, hold on, because I've already done it, I'm going to send you the picture of what you're going to do on the first layer. You're going to do I will demonstrate just a little bit. So you're going to use your Gamsol to create a very watery layer, right? Like this. Like that. And then you're going to paint in your darks and your lights right on the canvas like this. I don't want to put it anymore because this is a more finished canvas. Look what'll happen. Like what happens is if I wipe it off, it strips off paint. So it strips off all the pink that I just put on there. I don't want to do that. But for your first layer, you're going to create a basic light and dark shape. Hold on, let me go up and find it because it's up higher in the thread. Hang on. You are going to do.
Yeah, actually, I think I see it. It's
here. Hold on. I'll bring it down. Yeah, don't worry. Let me do that for you. You sit and relax. Ah, yes. It's going to look like this. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So your darks and your lights, it's a little bit darker all here in this part of the cup. And it's lighter here and darker here. So you're going to get burnt sienna everywhere, but you're going to do it. See how loose and light it is? There's no chunky, because this should be able to, that should be able to dry in about half an hour, which is what you really want.
Okay, I
Yep.
will do that.
Okay, start with that. That's how it starts. And Joe, how's it going?
Well, pretty good. I've got a medium and a light yellow, so I'm trying to mix that just to see what the differences are on that.
Oh, okay. Did you do your glaze?
Yes.
How did that help a little bit? Get it a little bit warmer?
Yeah, it certainly did.
Okay. So now you want to go with top colors and kind of add them in on the top, right?
Right.
So I might go in. So this is a glaze. I've got like a pink glaze happening here right now. So I might do, when I look at that, I'm going to take off some of this because I don't think it. So it's quite dark here and on the top. And then the bottom, I think I use here. Hang on, let me grab the colors. I don't know if you can see these colors here. This is definitely cad yellow, a cad red and cad yellow. So I mix them with burnt sienna. So I had a very orangey, right? Then I can come in here. And if I'm like, that's still too dark, I'm just going in with this straight yellow. Yeah, I think that helped. See how, look at that, look at how gleaming that looks. But partly it's gleaming because I'm looking at where my shadow is. Partly it's gleaming because I have this dark on the top, very clearly defined. And the dark will be, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. The dark will be too much here, but the dark will be burnt umber, burnt sienna, and a little bit of ultramarine blue. So the key to getting glow is partly to get your lights and your darks well defined, right? So it's having your darks be really dark.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can see I laid it right on top of my pink glaze. So it didn't hurt. My pink glaze didn't really hurt me.
Okay.
Yeah. To like get it right there on top. I use my big brush. You can use a smaller brush if you like.
I'm sorry, should I use burnt umber or burnt sienna?
Burnt sienna.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Those of you who have worked with me long enough know that I have a certain set of colors I really like, and burnt sienna would be it. You could totally also use like quinacridone red or something cooler, but it would definitely change. It would affect the top painting. This is a very warm painting, I feel, so it really facilitates having a warm base.
Hey, Leah, it's Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Hi. So I'm trying to do this cup. I was going to do something totally different because I wanted to do a peacock, but since you have this up, I just sent you the cup, the mug.
Hey, that's looking a lot better.
Okay.
That's looking a lot better, significantly better. So the only thing I'd have you change, I love the proportions. So if you look at the handle, you actually can't see here. Hold on, I'm going to draw this so you can see.
The handle is off, and I was.
Yes, because you've got the shape. You've got the shape wrong. So and the reason the handle is off is that you're imagining the handle rather than what's actually happening. So hold on, I'll show you what you did. You can't see between the handle. You can only see part of the handle. So here, hold on. So Good job, by the way. I really, from last week, great improvement. I like
I've done
that.
some of the exercises. Those are harder than they look.
Right. So that tells you that's where the practice has to go, right? Like they are harder because getting this.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you having any success as you continue to work them?
Well, if I keep erasing, yeah.
You know what? You've just come to one of the key fundamentals of drawing. If you keep erasing, that's all. So the handle really just is like this.
Oh, okay.
You can't really see the outside.
Yeah.
There's no inside. You see,
Okay.
so you see the problem? You drew something imagining it was there rather than looking at what actually was there. What actually is there is a white shape. So that's it. So it's always your left brain, Nina, that's getting you in trouble. It's never it's always your left brain, which is making a presumption about what you're seeing, which is not actually happening. You have an idea in your mind of a handle and you're like drawing a handle, right? Without going, oh, wait, what can I see of this handle? Better if I don't think of it as a handle at all. Better if I just it gets you, you're getting into worse trouble. One, not you, everyone gets into worse trouble if you here, hold on. Let me take a picture of this. You get into worse trouble if you know what something is. That you really get into work, because then you start putting your ideas about it onto what you can actually see. And so in this particular case, this is the only part you can really see of the handle. So other than that, that's pretty good. If you want to just finish up this exercise, you might want to add in, let's see, I'm looking, the darks and light shadows.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I'd say it's like a 1 here. It's a 1 here. It's a 2 here. It's a 3 here. 2 here. Here, I'll send this over to you so you can see this. So that's your values, right? 1 being the lightest, 2 being a medium, 3 being darker, but not too dark, but darker than the 2 and the 1.
Okay.
Let me take a picture. Good job. Really good job. Here's your little map of the cup. Olga, you might find that helpful for when you're working. And then go ahead and work on your peacock, because we have plenty of time for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do them both. I mean, work on this for just a little while and then work on your peacock. And you can send me the picture and I can help you with that drawing.
Okay, that's great. So with this one, should I just shade it or just leave it
now?
now?
Just shade it. Just shade it so I can see your shading with your pencil, and then we can go on to something else. Because it's not fun to do, right? You've done this a couple times, so it'll get. I am personally quite bored with this still life by now. I don't know, the rest of you, but if you've seen it like more than 2 or 3 times, you're probably tired of it. So, like I said, we'll move on to. Oops, dang it. We'll move on to something else next week. Let's paint on the back of this. So the big problem about oil paint is that it doesn't dry right away. Got some on the back of this thing here. I'm keeping this in this phase.
Hello.
Hi, Natalia. How are you?
I'm okay.
Just crazy.
Yeah. Crazy day as always.
All right. But I'm excited. Have you got your still life set up?
Yes, it's ready to go.
Awesome. Do you want to send a picture of where you're at? Do you need any help getting started, or do you think you know what you want to do?
I will send a picture because, you will see.
Okay.
I hope it's okay.
Yeah, another question I had.
Yes.
Is that brassy color of the lid?
Yes.
Is that kind of a yellow and Iridian green type thing, or?
The brassy, oh yeah, let me take a look at that. That's a good question. I never really resolved that in my own head, so I'm looking now. It's kind of, I think I made it kind of darker on the side here.
Yeah.
Right, using just like a sort of burnt umber, ultramarine blue, and a little bit of yellow or white to kind of, you know what I mean, lighten it just a touch. And then, yeah, the top is like, it's not, does it look green to you?
That I was wondering that.
Oh, you know what it is? It's this sort of turquoisey green that's reflecting off the top.
Okay.
So I would say, what would I say about that? That's a tough one. I would say I made it kind of more yellow. I kind of made it like slightly more yellow. I mixed cadmium yellow with a touch of, you know, you might want to try cadmium yellow with a touch of purple and white.
Okay.
But more emphasizing the, oh, or maybe yellow ochre, white.
Okay.
And a teeny touch of purple, just a teeny touch, just to knock it back just a little bit. Try those different combinations. Yeah, what we can do actually is glaze the whole thing again, a kind of bluish color to get those colors in to the glass, to the cup, right? Yeah. Because that is a good observation. They're all reflecting off each other. So that is true. There's a little bit of red and everything. There's a little bit of orangey, you know, honey color and everything. There's a little bit of blue and everything because it's all because the color light waves are bouncing off each other. That's one of the reasons I love glazes, because that handle, right, with a glaze you can kind of handle. So what did we have you glaze this one? Burnt sienna?
I did an orange.
Oh, an orange. Right. So you're getting an orange in. We might later go over with a blue. Maybe next week we might have you go over with a blue and then add your finishing touches. Who's that, Sandra?
That's Rabbit.
Hi, Rabbit.
Hi, Rabbit.
Okay.
He's been in the garden.
So, Natalia, that's in good shape. So the first thing I'm going to tell you as well is that glazing, oh, Elgo, that looks great. So just let it dry for a minute. So the first thing I'm going to tell you, Natalia, is to, as we start to, although you need to push the heart that's on the bottom left is too much the same value. You notice you've totally lost the value, but before you go in and fix that, I want you to glaze this whole thing blue.
Blue, oh, okay.
I want you to glaze this whole thing. It's a very warm painting. And right now, as you can see, everything sort of feels like it's a little bit in pieces. It's a little bit disconnected. So I want you to take a little bit of Galkid, right? A little bit of the Galkid Light or linseed oil, whatever you're using, not turpentine, but Galkid. Yeah, it is nice. Olga, it is nice. And then I'd say just ultramarine blue. You're going to glaze the whole thing. If you want me to show you how that works, I can do it on part of my painting here. So I will, here, hold on. I'll clean up my brush so I can do this properly. Here, I'll just demo it really quick just to remind you. So I have a clean brush. I have a bit of Galkid. I've got a bit of Galkid in here. And so I'm going to take a tiny bit of blue. I'm going to take some blue and I'll see how that's that kind of runny, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you could also do green. You could do Viridian green if you preferred, but I think blue will be, you've got so many oranges in there. I think blue will be the great color. So notice I'm going over everything and I know, see how it feels like it's like, oh my God, it's ruining my painting, right? It's covering everything up. Okay. Yeah. So here's the next step of this. You take your blankie and you wipe off, the light areas. See that? So you wipe it off. After you can wipe off wherever you don't want it to be strong, wipe it off. But you want to do a full, see that? So I can get my painting back. But I do want that glaze. Even when I wipe it off, there are little bits of the color remaining, just less prominent. So that's what I want you to do first. Glaze it. And that is often what we'll do when we start with an oil painting in a middle stage, right? I had Pat do it. I had Joe do it. I have Diana do it whenever I can. I had Diana's just always moving so fast through the stages. She basically is always at a point where she could do it. And now I'm having you do it. And Olga, I'm not going to have you do it yet. Am I? I might actually.
And
I don't know if I have. Huh?
Question regarding varnish and all these things that like for finishing painting, because I have asked it in the shop and they told that they have in liquid form and also in spray. And like
I get the liquid form so you can brush it on.
And but they told it could be also shiny and not shiny. So
right.
Check with you what is better.
Well, if it's shinier, it's going to be harder to photograph because light will reflect off it. I tend to use a matte varnish, something that's not shiny. So the varnish will be the thing you'll put on the very end once it's dry, fully dry, to protect it, but also to kind of bring out a little bit of shine to it. It definitely, I wonder if I have a painting I could do that with just to show you guys. Want to see what that looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me go get a painting and we can varnish it. Hold on. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to move this out of the way for a moment. So, and one of the things that's nice about the particular product that I use, which is called Gamvar, is that you can use it to finish both an oil and an acrylic painting. You can use it on either oil and acrylic. Because this is a product made by Gamblin. Other products you won't be able to. So these are acrylic paintings, but I was like, okay, let's see. So here they are, right? Acrylic paintings that have been done in class. This is Gamblin. Yeah, it's nice, right? This one was kind of a not so fantastic, composition, but we still had a good time kind of learning to paint it. So you either want to pour this into another glass jar. I don't happen to have one with me, so I'm going to do something I never do. You want to generally pour it in a glass jar. So this is Gamvar. This is gloss. So this is actually going to be, it's not matte, it's gloss. It's going to be shinier. I'm going to take a big brush and then look what happens.
Oh, that's nice.
Right? Even on the camera, you can see it.
Yeah.
Even on this like little camera, you can see what it does. Let's do it on the other one just to see. So you want to make sure you spread it evenly. It's easy. See what that does?
That's acrylic?
These are acrylic paintings, but I'm using Gamvar because you can use Gamvar on either acrylic or oil paintings, which I just recently learned.
Should they be dry?
Yes, they have to be completely dry. Or in the case of an oil painting, right, they have to set. They have to be, they have to set.
I like what it did to the ground.
What's that?
I like what it did to the ground in that
mountain. Yeah. It makes it shiny. It's pretty. It's like, right? It's pretty. It's like the finishing touch, that kind of, and then you need about 24 hours for it to dry, right? Flat, you'll want it to dry flat, not like this. This is on a drawing board. So I'll actually lay this on the ground so there's no drips. You don't want drips. So that is varnish, and this is a gloss. Yeah. But you can see here, like if you look closely, I don't know if you can see it, there's areas I didn't get because I didn't spread, I wasn't paying close attention to spreading it equally. And that can be not great. You're going to want to cover every area. So you're going to want to hold it up into different lights when you're done with it to kind of check and see, did I get all the pieces covered, right? Are there little areas that I didn't cover? When I have those, they're a pain in the neck to deal with. So now I'm going to let it sit flat on the ground. It'll probably dry. Sometimes in the summer it dries faster. It's kind of cold here in Portland today, so it'll probably take the full day.
Oh wow, it's incredibly hot here today.
Yeah, it's so funny. It seems like we're
Like
totally
90 or something.
Wow.
I feel like we're going back and forth with our weather. I feel like
Yeah,
when
it
our
is.
weather is dry, yours is wet. Okay, Olga, speaking of dry, is your painting dry yet?
Yes.
Okay, so now you're going to want to try a small, you're going to get a little bit of ultramarine blue on your canvas, and just like on your palette, and with a little bit of with a little bit of the Galkid, you're going to, or linseed oil. If you've got linseed oil, this also works. You're going to glaze your whole painting in blue, ultramarine blue, and then you'll wipe off the light areas, the areas that you want to keep light. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I did a minute ago when I was showing Natalia. That's exactly what you're going to do. Then we'll get you started. And Pat, I want to know how you're doing. Should I be giving you a demo on how to do light and dark edges?
Well, let me just see what you think of what I've done.
All right, there we go. That works too.
I've been messing around.
Yes, Olga, lots of people love the smell of turpentine. That means you really are a painter. Yeah, not bad. Oh, I like what you're doing up here with the rim.
Okay.
Yep, that's coming along. So
does it need to be mixed in a little bit with each other?
You should do a slightly soft edge. So let me demo it here so that you can, or let me demo it on this cup so you can see. I'm just trying to figure out what's the quickest thing I can mix here. All right, hang on. Let me do a quick mix and I'll try to demo the soft edge on your cup and your saucer. I'll do it down here. So I know here, let's see, can I do this? What do I need to mix? I can mix, yes, I can do it. I can mix purple. I can mix a purple. Hold on, I need to mix my gray first. I'm just making sure I have all the colors I need.
Let's spend the whole class on the honey jar.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, one of the things you'll want to look at is the shifts in value in the top of the jar. Let me show you. That's here, like it's gray, then there's a light edge, then right? Then it's kind of, so you want to try and get those values in.
Okay.
I can work on that honey jar in a little bit if you want me to watch. If you let me show Pat this, and then I'll show you.
I'm having fun with it. So.
Yeah, good. Then if you're having fun with it, that is the most important thing.
I'll get frustrated in a minute.
All right. Well, let's wait and enjoy it while you're not frustrated. I love that. So I'm mixing it's too purple, more yellow. There we go. White. Okay.
And Leah, if I don't have a linseed or varnish, I can't use oil, not?
What have you got?
I have olive oil. It doesn't work. No.
No, no, God, no. You'll destroy your painting.
I could be today without glazing.
Yeah, you'll be. So what do you have?
I have only turpentine.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, yeah. You're going to have to be without glazing today. So your job is going to be to work with straight paint. And you're going to be doing the same thing that I'm doing. So watch here, because I'm mixing the colors of the cup. The cup is basically purple, yellow, and white. So you can mix your purple in any way you want to. And notice I'm mixing. Oh, you can't really see here. Hold on. Let's do that. I'm mixing here a kind of darker purple, but I'm trying to make sure a darker shaded, a darker gray and a lighter gray. Trying to get in to make sure this is not too. I used a lot of red. It's easy to use too much red. So red, just be aware, red is something you often have to like kind of knock back with a lot more blue. All right, I think this is in good shape. So notice, Pat, I have a light and a dark.
Right.
Here. And now I'm going in with kind of straight here. Actually, I think I want a slightly smaller brush.
Is the light taken from the dark and then lightened up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I don't like this brush here. Hold on. I need a light brush that's a little bit smaller. I might have to, oh wait, no, here are all my brushes. Feeling around. Oh yeah. No, not that one. I really have a preference for, here, hold on a second. I really do have a preference for flat brushes. Okay, I found one that's the size I wanted. It's pretty small, it's flat. This is very much because that kind of works with my mark making. So when I'm inside the cup, I'm painting the dark side, right? And now I'm cleaning up, I'm taking my, I'm pulling off the extra paint and I'm grabbing some of the light and I'm going up to the light side of the cup, right on the inside. Now, once I have filled in those two areas, I'm blending over so that the edge is a little bit softer. See that?
Okay.
Almost like tapping. So you don't really want to see, you want to see a transition, but you don't want there to be a strong line where the transition is. I can even take a little bit more paint and push that like white, like loading, but you'll find after a while the paint will mix too much. It'll be hard to like keep. So see, there's a dark to light transition, but there isn't a really strong line. I'm gonna.
Now how do you make the rim show up again?
Well, you're gonna take a little tiny pointy brush, which I don't have right now, so I have to go find one. And let me see if I could do it with this brush. I doubt it. You'll go over with like almost pure white, right?
Almost pure white. Okay.
Right. And then you could, and then that you don't want to blend. Here, hold on. I need a better brush. I'll be right back. I need a better brush. I love this class. So much fun.
It's hard to add in people.
Oh, I don't know why you bother.
Because I'm
Judge of a planet.
You can always add some cats instead of
that is true.
All right. Who are you giggling? What was the laugh? I missed it.
I said that it's hard to get in people. And Olga said, but you can always mix in some cats.
Totally. So
the other key problem was, why would you bother?
right. To put in people, right?
Over humans.
Yeah, I put in 3 people and 1 sign so far. So
all right, you're in good shape. So Pat, I
right.
don't know if you can see this. This is a tiny little pointy brush. Tiny. Wait, sorry, I'm trying to find. There we are. See how tiny it is, and see how much paint I have. So when I come in, I can actually, and notice I'm stabilizing my hand on my desk underneath my painting. So you see how I'm, you know what, I'm going to remove this. I want to put this up close. I'm going to remove the still life for just a second so that you can really see what I'm doing here. So I'm leaning to keep my hand stable. And this is a hard line, so I don't want to blend it in. So you see how I'm pulling that, and now I can't see the still life, so I can't see what the actual cup is doing, but that's how you do it.
Okay.
And then so you start with the rough, loose areas, and then you go to the you add the sharper edges, the harder edges last.
Okay.
Does that help?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
It does help.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me jump back up here. So you guys have
so
alive.
it's a lot of details left.
There's a lot of details.
Can you find the people?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, Nina, good. Can you make this edge softer? Maybe take your finger and blend it a little bit. So your edges are really hard right now.
Okay.
And also this is pretty dark, right? Like this is pretty dark, this edge. That's more like a 4.
Oh, okay.
Right? Remember that our basic values thing goes up to 5, right? So this reads more like a 4. This means more like a 3, and this reads more like a 1. So I want a more subtle transition because nothing is that dark. So try to lighten both of these. And then I want you to soften the edges, maybe using your finger, maybe using an eraser so that it is a softer edge. It's not so hard. So we see it, but it's not jarring. Oh, that's so fun, Diana. I'm really appreciating your wall here. I like that wall.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Okay. So Pat, then you'll probably lighten slightly the dark side of, so you'll add in a light edge on your right side.
Okay.
Like this, here. I'm going to go back to my kind of medium-sized brush. So you're going to add in a light. You're going to add in a light side here on this edge, right?
Right.
Then you're going to put in your darker edge. It's kind of dark, right? I think I'm missing a color here.
It's okay.
Wow! Wow! Get those cicadas! Get those goddamn cicadas! Here, hold on. I need to give myself a little brain so I can give myself the right colors.
I'm not going to give you treats because you harassed your big brother.
You're harassing your mother. Watch out.
His big brother.
Oh.
He's harassing Rabbit because I didn't give him any treats, but he wants treats like 50 times a day.
Right. That's pretty much all they want.
But the problem is that it constipates him.
So you'll see, Pat, I'm coming in here. I'm using different colors, but it's the same principle. So I'm getting in the darks and the light next to each other, right?
Right.
First, then I'm going to blend the edge, usually light into dark. So the idea is that both sides have to be wet.
Okay.
If I get too light, like I got too light here, I'll go back in and add dark in over the top. Right, so I want a transition, but I want it to be, and I want it to be able to see it, but I want it to be soft. One of the real problems with this piece right now is I haven't worked the background yet. I'm kind of waiting for somebody who needs to fix their painting by working the background.
I'll need to in a minute.
Meow meow.
So talk to me about the color of the shadow on the front of the mug.
Okay, hang on. Let's see. The color of the shadow. So it's that color that you mixed. It's the blue that I had you mix.
It's the ultra, and yeah, is it too dark?
Oh, did you put it in?
No, I didn't. This is what I did over the week, but
yeah, you need to lighten. So you need to lighten this. You need to lighten this a little bit.
Tone up a little.
You need to lighten your right dark side a bit. It needs to be a little bit lighter than that.
The whole thing?
No, where the dark is.
No, that's what I mean. The whole, should it be all the same color? Or should it gradually go down to the lighter? Or?
I think it should gradually go down to the lighter.
Okay.
So, yeah. Take a look here, Pat, is your, oh, very nice, Nina. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, peacock time.
Okay, I'm still picking one that I want, but I'll send it to you in like a few minutes. Okay.
Okay, you're gonna need to draw. You're gonna probably want to draw a grid.
Okay.
But Pat, really look at the value shifts of your cup on that side, right? There's like this light, then it kind of gets darker, right? Then it gets a little lighter. So just watch the value shifts. At this point, you have your mixes, so you can darken or lighten as you need to.
Okay. Okay. Here goes.
And there's a lot of back and forth that happens, right? There's a lot of back and forth happening. So that's really what you're getting. And by the way, you guys, I am so appreciating how much this class is. So Olga, wait, where are you at? What are you doing?
I'm doing the cup.
Okay, you're doing the cup. All right, great. Awesome. So send it over when you think you're done. How do you like the feel of oil? It's different.
I like it very much. I made today several like simple paintings because I know that it should dry like for a week, so I was making several.
just to get used to the way it feels. So there's a similar application of oil to acrylic. That's why we can teach them together. But oil itself feels very different than acrylic.
Yeah.
It really does. Pat, how are you feeling about oil right now? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No. I just wanted to add that I don't like that I need to wait a week to finish the painting.
Yeah. Well, that's why Diana doesn't paint in oil.
Exactly.
And actually, my new painting series is all acrylic because I wanted to work fast too. So when you want to work fast, that's important.
And it's very much harder to change things in oil unless you scrape it off straight away.
Well, that's not true. Well, I don't know. I disagree. I actually think it's easier to change things in. I think there's some things that are easier about oil because the thing is you can't layer too much. Like once you've got too many layers on, you're like, that is true. But,
everything is gray.
Yeah. But what's nice is that you can like mix something and have it. So if you're a slow mixer, you actually have the time to mix it, lay it down, and it doesn't dry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I always mix on the canvas, so it doesn't, I never do a batch of mixing ever.
Yeah, I didn't do it until I started teaching the students about it. Then I found it was helpful because first, it helps sometimes, right? To be able to see. If you're not quick at mixing, it helps. Yeah, a little too purple. So you should be adding more yellow and a little bit more blue. Yes. And actually, particularly down here, I don't know if you can see when you look at it, there's actually kind of a little yellow glow. You'll also notice, Olga, that the cup says Psycho, which you're welcome to put on or not.
I will.
Lana put on Love. She was being much more like, positive. It's good though, Olga. It's not bad. You might want to jump over to the picture. The picture is cadmium red, maybe a touch of yellow in the white, and then cadmium red and viridian green together for the dark.
Okay.
So maybe you'll mix a little bit of right, dark, and light and see how that goes. Yeah, you might
I've never learned how to reply to
Hold your finger on the message. Hold the finger on the message you're replying to till you get.
You mean on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. Here, I'll show you.
So
what you do is hold the finger on the message you're replying to, and then it comes up.
Here, I'll show you. Okay. I'll do it up here.
Does it just go to that person then?
Yeah, well, no, it'll go to everybody, but see, here is Olga. She writes, I think it's too purple, should be cooler. So I hold my finger on it, right? Okay. And then it selects, and then you'll see an arrow on the left. Oh. Now I can reply.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait,
right?
I get the drop down menu, but.
Right, are you using an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just a difference between an iPhone and a Samsung, and a what do you call it? An Android.
Android.
Yeah.
Oh, and you guys, next week, I'm so excited. Next week, I'm happy to say Sunday is my birthday. Yay. So I absolutely love you, but I am not going to teach class on Sunday. Take Sunday off. However, I will be there on Saturday and probably Monday.
If you've sobered up.
If I've sobered up. 53 is kind of a silly year, isn't it? It's like not really numerically very exciting. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Joe, it's coming along. Yeah, can you bring your honey up higher?
Actually, that's not it. I was trying to reply to that one, but I'm just going to send you the next one.
Okay, got it. Okay.
I was trying to put them together, but I still can't get the reply to a.
Oh, you mean replying to this? Oh, I see.
I wanted to see them
oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I see what you wanted me to do. Yeah. Okay, this is great.
I'm happy with it.
You need to bring this the top down a little bit. The angle is slightly off. Can you see it on the side on our right on this area? Okay. So that means you've got it. So just
the angle of the honey.
Yeah, the angle of the jar, the way you have the jar. So it's where I'll show you. It's like kind of right here. It's where that line, where these two things meet.
And so, it needs to come down. I
think it needs to come up a little bit. I think it needs to be angled a little steeper.
Oh, I see.
So you have it like this. right?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it needs to be angled up a little bit. Just always remember that these sides are more angled than you think they should be. Here, now I've lost my, they're definitely, here, so let me fix that. Yeah. They're more angled because it's a perspective issue, because we are now showing 3 dimensions on a flat surface. So the angles are often more extreme than they look in when you're actually looking at a 3D picture, when you're looking at it in 3 dimensions. Because it's flat, we have to angle it more than we think. That's why we always have to like kind of, you know, round our cups more, our cup edges more. We have to do that because that's it's just part of the, because that helps. Oh, and I see now, I think I've got this off. This one's off a little bit. So just to show you, it's not just you, I'm fixing it. If it doesn't look right, it's often needs to be angled more steeply. Yeah, that looks better. And it looks good, Joe. I agree. It's kind of fun.
I'm liking it.
Well, and I think oil, like I said, I think oil for you is a really good medium because you have the time to muck around with it, right? You can push the paint around a little bit. If you're somebody who is quick to throw paint on a surface, you're better off working. You're better off working with acrylic because that'll allow you to do that. But if you like to take your time, like you're more of a measurer and a, you know, it doesn't hurt. Oil can really be freeing that way. I'm trying to look, I'm still playing around, fixing my edge, mucking it up. See, sometimes I'm messing it up. I'm not getting it right. So now I can fix it. So I'm not worried so much. Boy, did I mess it up again? Did I mess it up again? I totally did. And that. Yeah, there we go. No, that's a little too much. Somebody is starting to shift around and get really bored. He was sleeping and now he's like running around my legs and I'm worried he's about to cause some serious havoc. Let's see, buddy, what you doing? Hi, you want to say hi to everybody? Come here, come here. Of course not. You're not going to do what I tell you, you little shithead. He's like, I don't exist for you to tell me what to do, Mom. Come here. Come on, say hi to everybody. Come on. Come on. We're now trying to put him and Muka together more so they can work out their differences. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she's getting, it's getting better. She's getting tougher is what it is. She's just slapping him down more, which is what he needs. He needs to be slapped down when he comes after her, so he won't come after her. Like, right?
Yeah, that's actually the best thing she can possibly do, because the worst thing she can do is to run away, because then it elicits his prey instinct.
Right.
And from then on, you'll have this pattern where she's scared and he just runs after her.
I think it's worse when we're there. So we're now actually at the point where we're feeling brave enough to let them, you know, try and leave them to themselves.
Usually
to try, not for a long time, but just for a short time periods. Because I think she's different when we're in the room and when we're out. I think she's different. And I can't help it. When I watch him beat on her, I'm like, you little asshole, like, stop, leave her alone. He's so much bigger. Natalia has a
baby cam.
Yes, I need a baby cam. That's what I need. Yep.
Baby cam. I'm going to send you my strange leopard.
Okay. Your strange leopard.
It's not great.
Well, let's take a look at it.
I'm ready to give up on it.
It might be worth it to try again. I don't think we did this.
I can't be bothered. It has too many spots. I hate all these spots. Yeah. Which is why I don't do the whole body of Bengals.
Ooh, Olga. Wow. That's
Sorry.
great. Love it. You even got the dots on. So Olga, the only thing you'll want to do is get it, there's a dark shadow across this edge. Get that in there.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I don't know, Sandra. I don't think it's gone yet.
In some spots.
Yeah, get in a few spots. I don't think this is as bad as you think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a disaster with the background being too bright in the left ear.
Right. I see what you did.
And then
That's
I added
okay
some
though.
other blue, which made it worse.
I'm wondering if we should make your background, the green background, a little darker. The glassy part, that might help him pop forward a little bit more. Then you can work the fur on this side. So yeah, what if you tried a little bit of darker green with red, right? To make it a little bit darker. And that helps you pay attention to the shape. I think one of the things that's bothering you is you're losing it. This whole side of the face from the green on down. So try it, make it dark.
Okay.
I mean, since you don't really care anyway, right? Like you're like,
No,
I'm kind of done with this. So I'm totally done. So you might as well experiment. That's a great time to try
mess it up any
things.
further.
Right? You're like, well, shit, I've already like done whatever. So nice. Yep. All right, Olga. So now it comes to the jar. So you're going to want to do the honey, right? The dark part of the honey, which is basically burnt sienna, burnt umber, and a little bit of blue is the dark part. And then the light part is sort of yellow ochre or cadmium yellow, burnt sienna, and cadmium red. So get in the honey first. Pay attention to this. Look real closely at how these go up so you get these shapes right? You see how much Joe and I were playing around with getting this slants right, the honey. Yeah.
So for dark, it's burnt sienna, burnt umber, and a bit of blue. And for light, it's yellow.
Yeah, yellow, red, and burnt sienna.
Okay.
Leah, do you have a preference on the peacock pictures?
Hold on, let me take a look. Hold on just a second. Let me see. Oh, Natalia, that's coming along. Yeah, and I can see you're starting to. Natalia, don't be afraid to get too dark in the dark parts of that heart.
Yeah, I know.
So you need to get in sort of burnt umber, ultramarine blue, or purple and yellow, right? Maybe a little bit of purple and yellow to make a real strong shadow. This is looking great though.
Thank you.
I know you're working hard. It's hard work. Let's see here. Hold on. Why am I not seeing it, Nina?
Oh, did I send it to the right person? Okay.
Maybe not. Oh, Pat, this is looking good. This is looking good.
It's there.
I like it.
I can resend it.
Yeah, can you resend it? Why am I not seeing? Oh, I see them. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I see them.
Okay.
I see them. I think the best one is the second one.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead and start with the outer shape of the whole body, right? The tail and the upper, and send that over so I can see it once you've got it. Yeah, no, Pat, I think that's looking great. How do you feel about it? And I see you
completely different now. So
really?
Yeah,
send it over. Send it over. I also see that you fixed your handle.
I did fix my
Bravo. I'm really liking this. This is a painting you should frame. Oh, it's looking great. It's looking wonderful. Now, the only thing that's happening is your edge is slipping a little bit this way. Your right edge is slipping a little bit diagonal.
Yeah, I've had a hard time with that because I put it too far out and then it didn't align with the
I can see, just take more yellow and come down and nip in that bottom side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This is looking awesome though. And you are going to want to frame this.
Really?
Yeah. The other thing we should look at is if we can show, I'd like to see a little bit. Can I point to you on this cup so you can see here? Yes. I'd like to see you slightly brighten the inside here when you get a chance, right? I like how you've got your dark and your light, but you could put just a little bit more white, like kind of right in here on top.
Okay, like underneath the brim?
Right, yeah, where that bright spot is, right here.
Okay.
Right, yeah. Okay. And how are you feeling about oil?
I'm actually enjoying, yeah, a lot better.
That's awesome.
I put that Galkid. I put it in a bowl and poured boiling water over it.
And did it work?
I got it melted, but not enough. I may have to do that every time just before I use it.
So right, or you could just get a new bottle. I usually just get a new bottle when it looks like that. I'm like, I just gave up. I lost it.
But you couldn't get the lid off?
You know, because it gets solid.
Completely solid.
It gets solid. It gets solid.
What about if you run it under hot water?
She tried. She said it helped a little bit. You can also use it solid, but it's got a different consistency. It's more like, you know,
it affects the paint differently too.
It's more like you're painting with Vaseline.
Yeah.
It's not always what you want.
You can also want to mix.
But I like this stuff anyway.
What's that?
This solvent-free.
Yeah, that stuff is great.
It's really nice.
Great. What was that, Joe?
I wanted to get started on this background. So the three things I need are I'm losing my hard edges with all these objects, and then of course the shadows on the fabric, and then and the background.
And the background. Do you mean up here? Do you mean like up here? All right. So the background, yes, you want to lose the hard edges within the objects, but you want to maintain them with your background here. Okay. I was just thinking, so let me just show you really quickly how what that looks like. So the background, you can see my picture looks kind of mushy here because I haven't defined my background.
Mm-hmm.
And my background should also really be lighter than everything else. So I'm going to take a flat brush and some kind of yellowy white. Here, hang on. All right, this is really pissing me off. Sorry, I'm going to have to switch this around because I can't actually reach with my headphones and see what I'm painting. So I'm coming in here. See how I'm using this? This is a very hard edge. And I'm using that to define my background, to define my picture. So this is a hard edge. So very often I'm trying to look and see what's happening, right? There's like a little dip here. I don't really have it. So I'm actually going into the painting with my background to kind of do my final shaping. And notice that I'm steadying my hand. You can't really see this here. Wait, yes, you can see it. I will show you. I'm steadying my hand, not on the painting, but on the table next to the painting. If I was standing, I'd be like kind of leaning on the board that I had my painting sitting on. So, oh yeah, looks significantly better. So I don't start over here because that doesn't really help me define my images. I go to the place that's the scariest, which is right up against the image, right? That's where you're going to have the most satisfaction immediately. Also, I can see here that I needed to expand out my, there we go. Now I'm really fixing my picture. Oh, nope, I did not fix my picture. Here, hold on. Go back in and fix that. right? So see, I can kind of go back in and out and with my edges.
You did that without wiping your brush off too, huh?
No, yeah, because I knew it was going to be light.
Okay.
And I just put red. Yeah, in that particular case, I did not. But you know, that picture handle is still looking pretty bad. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going right over. Right? The amateur at this stage of the game would be like, I quit. I'm just going to start over. But the professional, the painter, the real painter gets that if I have an element I don't like, I can get rid of it. And I can go back in. Now I'm taking a different brush. I'm trying to get that shape better, right? So I'm kind of coming back in here. And I am painting while this is still wet. Yep, I think. Yeah, that's better. So you see how that shape, I can still keep playing around with that shape. I may not be able to finish it entirely, but I'm going to be able to add that shape. But that handle that I had was not very good. Here, hold on. I can even keep kind of coming back in here till I get the shape that I want. Dang it. It's because I can't. This is not like an optimum position for me. I can't really see unless I, yeah, right. So this is also, you need to come in a little bit more. See how much I can correct? See with my both sides wet, how much I can kind of reshape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to really encourage you to do. If you're like in there and you're like, oh, dang, yeah, that looks better. I'll tell you honestly, guys, it's very hard for me because I can't look at my object and paint at the same time. I have to look away. It's almost impossible. I am not set up in a way where I can look at my subject and paint it. I have to keep turning my head to look at the screen, which is really fucking annoying. So I have to kind of remember what's happening. That's not ideal. It's better. And then I can see this is lighter. So this is not an ideal way for me to demo this particular subject because I can't look at it. But I can certainly show you how to correct. There we go. I think that's better. Yep, that's it. So see how much I changed that?
Yeah.
So you can oh, wait, and I see the other thing that's wrong here. This needs to come out a little bit more. Right?
Yeah, it looks good.
I may have to let it dry before I finish it, right? Add the finishing colors and the touches on it. But I like the original handle, you can see it. I'll show you. You can even see it. It's here. Completely in the wrong place. Here. So that's how much you can shape it. Okay, so Olga, here's where we need to talk about you're doing great on your on the mark making. Here I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you. Hold on, you guys. Just you can see the old handle in where it was. Right. So Olga, you're not paying attention to perspective. You lost it. All right. I want you to look at what's actually happening here. Hold on. Let me get there. So let me see. So number one, the first thing to know about perspective, this side is shorter. Sorry, this side is longer than this side. Right? The second thing is that this side angles up much more steeply than you have it.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
So this needs to come in a little bit to the this side needs to be a little bit longer than you have it.
Okay.
Okay, it's almost the same size, but a little bit smaller than this side. And you need to get those angles.
Yeah.
And
okay.
also this is flat. You have this flat. This is also angled. And remember, the angles aren't the same, right? So this angle, it's all going up to the horizon line here. So this angle, that's a slightly different angle than this angle is. And it's the same here, right? That it's like a 2 vanishing point thing.
Yeah.
Right? And here. So none of those angles are the same. Have fun with that.
Yeah, I see it now. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, go for it. But otherwise this is looking great. Your brush work is perfect. I mean, it's just great. And I'm still trying to get that down. I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here. Okay, so here, what's really... Yeah, I think that's kind of more of what's happening. I like how you automatically, Olga, saw the little blicks that are here, these little white spots. That's really great. That's good painting. We just got to get your drawing up there, girl, and then you're going to be onward, and then you're just going to be insane. You're going to be insane. I mean, you're a natural brush. You're just a natural with the paintbrush. What? I'm sorry, Diana, what were you going to say?
I think Olga has improved in her drawing so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not to discourage you. Just know how hard it is. It's like, you got to kind of constantly keep your eye on it, right? You think, look at what I did. I totally screwed up this jar. Now I'm trying to fix it, right? Because the drawing is hard. Like, it requires a kind of certain concentration, and oh yeah, I still don't think I've got the handle right. So this is what I might do. If I'm like, so Diana, here's where you're saying it's harder, but I actually think it's just fine. I can just brush it off and then go back in.
Yeah, it just has a tendency when you
to get gray.
When you paint like I do, it will get gray.
It gets gray fast. Yep, because you're throwing color on everything. I get it completely. So this is interesting, you guys. What you start to learn after a while is what is your what I like about painting is the idea that I'm pushing, like there's a set of things that I know I do naturally well, and then there's things I don't do well. So in some situations, I'm trying to create a kind of tension between, I'm trying to force myself to slow down because I'm a fast painter, like Diana. I like to paint really fast. But I know that so when I want to slow myself down, I use oil. When I want to slow that situation, I will intentionally, there we go. Now that's better. I will use oil to work that process. When I am trying to work quickly and I don't want to overpaint, I'll use acrylic. And I tend to find that my expressive stuff goes better if I'm using acrylic. Like, I tend to allow that a little bit more. I tend to get a little bit tighter when I paint with oil, which is fine. Sometimes that's what you want. So it's a fun thing. But if you're slow and if you're more methodical, if you like to, Marie is somebody, she works very fast, but she loves to plan out her entire painting before she does it. She lays out all of her colors. Right. So here's what Diana's saying, and this is also problematic. I won't be able to get my bright yellow in here until next week, but at least I fixed my shape. Right. I fixed my shape. It's a lot better. It's looking a little mushy here on the side, but there we go. I feel less annoyed. with it. An interesting thing. So you'll find that whatever, you know, you'll just find that like, you'll find as you get more skilled. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet of you to say. I'm glad Olga works for you. That makes me happy. And it's nice to me that we can be in totally different continents and it's just like, whatever.
Yeah,
Hey.
like that.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? It's like, oh, hey, hi in Poland. Hi in Ukraine. Hi in LA.
Hi, the cicadas.
Hi, cicadas in Washington, DC.
Oh, I made a mistake. I have to paint over.
So now you can do that much easier. Just get up and get yourself a cup of coffee. Now, one of the things that I've been learning from my massage therapist, you guys, is that too much sitting.
Yes, massage therapist.
Yes. Yes. Oh, God damn it. Let's do this again. Computer came tumbling off the stand. Yes. My massage therapist told me that too much sitting for more than a couple of hours. So you might want to get up and here, I'm going to show you.
You're supposed not to sit more than 20 minutes in a row.
Right, exactly. And you should like get up and stretch back, right? Oh, so you can take a minute. Natalia, get up and stretch. You've been working a hunt. I know because I do the same thing myself. Pull your shoulders back and stretch back so that you're pulling your hip flexors back and stretching them out so your neck isn't pushed forward, so that your shoulders aren't pushed forward. I saw her for the first time in like a year and a half and I screamed. I'll tell you, she totally fixed me up, but Jesus Christ, it hurt like hell. And I was really from sitting too much. So that was one of the things she reminded me of. This is 3 hours.
You stand a lot more than we do, because are you doing this? You're standing and we're sitting.
Yeah, I usually sit, but you know, when I'm doing the classes, I'm sitting. I stand, but when I'm doing the classes, I'm sitting.
Sandra.
Really? You don't think
so nice.
You don't think it's awful?
No, I don't.
No, I think the green really helped. I think it's great. I think you should put away right now and not look at it anymore.
Yeah.
And look at it in a week, and I think you'll be fine.
But I think I'm just gonna leave it alone.
But I like it. I think it turned out great.
Yeah. It was difficult.
Yeah. Move on to the next assignment.
Yes, I have many animals. I'm gonna maybe do one of these primates.
Yeah, do one of the primates. We'll probably do one. I've noticed Annika's like, wait, I thought we were doing something else. And so I'm trying to get consensus with your Friday class. It is true that in beginning drawing, we'll keep working with buildings for a bit. So if you wanted to paint your building after you drew it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that because I want to do this spin and work. I've already asked my brother to send me pictures of French houses.
Yeah, so.
You know, you can also go in there on
Google.
On Unsplash. Is it Unsplash it's called?
Yeah, Unsplash.
Yeah.
But also, I noticed that actually people who do houses, they go on Google. You know, not the Google, what is it called? Google Maps, you know?
Google Street View?
Yes, Google Street View, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can do Google Street View.
So can I ask you, I don't like how the blue house to the left is working out. I think I'm going to change that and take away those little signs.
Let me take a look. It's probably too much detail, Diana. I would bet that's the only issue. Yeah, I would. If I were you, I would make that darker. You know, start with the glaze. Start with the glaze to make it all darker. It is a lot of detail. And honestly, the thing that's probably bumping the most for you right now is those white areas. They pop out too much. So start by trying to glaze the whole thing back. That might be all you need to do.
So we talked about doing a house facade. I must say, I got muddled because we did a house facade yesterday, but that's not the same fashion.
No, it's a different house. You just got to, so Diana, start by just that blue side, you know, that blue house. Just start by glazing the whole thing fairly dark.
Yeah,
So,
I think I'm gonna have the bright details in first, and I think I should have a sign on that building too, like I have on the yellow one.
Yeah. That's pretty good, Olga. Now get your shadows of all of your objects in, right? So you've got the shadow here, and you've got the shadow here.
I'll be right back.
Yes.
And could I also have this background, this like...
Yeah. You can make it kind of a loose blue background if you want to, or actually another color. And then you totally get to choose your background top here. It can be whatever you want.
Do I need to have it only like this dark blue, also this strange thing behind? Because there's like two backgrounds, like on the table, and also this...
Yeah, that's just a box to keep you from seeing what's next to it. Don't worry about it. Just make it simple. You're talking about like, oh wait, sorry, hold on. I realized you didn't see what I was pointing to because I had my camera pointed the wrong direction. Here, hold on. So what I was saying was cast shadows here.
Yeah.
And then blue, just blue here and simple color in the background. Don't worry about the split there and the complications. There's no way. Yeah, don't worry about all that extra stuff. Notice we're not really doing anything other than kind of like right here.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just a shipping box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pat, it looks great. It looks so great. It looks so great. It looks so great. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna need to wait on some of it because
yes, it's looking wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you see that value shifts that you're starting to get? Soft edges are beautiful. So the only thing I would say, Pat, that I'd like to see you do is if you can bring your cast shadow up. I'm trying to, it's stopping a little too soon. It should go right to the right edge of right bottom edge of the cup. Your cast shadow.
The right bottom edge of the cup. Oh, okay.
The right bottom. Just bring that dark edge right up to the, so it looks
like.
Oh,
okay. I'm looking at the right picture now. Okay.
Yeah. Just bring
what
the right.
What about the left? Should I bring that into the
No, it's fine. It's just perfect the way it is. You just need to add a little bit. So if your cup looks like, here, I'll show you. Hold on. I'm going to sketch it in. Cup here.
Should it be as dark as the left side?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it should go from like this. So right now you've got, right, let's see, here's your handle.
Like from the middle over, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see here. Huh? Hold on here. Right, so you have it here and it stops there. It really just should go up to there.
Oh, okay. All the way down to the bottom, but not all the way down to the bottom of the
Yes, all the way to the bottom.
Okay, all right.
It'll look like that.
Okay.
Yep. So just fill that in, make that super dark. That's looking amazing. Yeah. And then you may or may not do anything else with it. It looks great. I love it. And it's so bright.
It is bright.
And you know what? The brushwork is beautiful. It's really nuanced. I feel like you're really getting it, right? Like I think oil is good for you. I think you're getting things out of oil that you weren't able to get out of acrylic. I think it's a better medium for you. Or I think it's a good medium for you. I don't want to say it's better. I want to say it's a good medium for you. And Joe, I would say the same thing of you. I'm liking your paintings in oil. I think you're getting a lot out of the medium.
It's finally, it is feeling a lot better now. Yeah.
Right. Because I think it's because you're not rushed through the process of trying to paint too quickly.
constantly trying to mix colors. I don't know how many layers of color I put on just because I couldn't get the same color mixed.
Right. And then by the time you get them both on, they're dry, you're screwed, right? So like that's I think for you too. So Diana, this is a great example. For you, because you work so fast, acrylic is a much better medium for you. For Joe and Pat, who have they're a little bit, they like to take a little bit more time planning what they put and where they put and getting their mixes right. Oil is a better choice because their paints don't dry so quickly. It's an interesting thing to think about, like what never occurred to me that like beginners would do better in oil, you know, not beginners, but you know, like less, I thought that's a more experienced like thing we're putting, but I have found that for some beginners, it's better to go with oil first. Acrylic is frustrating.
Say, one of the things that put me off acrylic was how fast it dried.
Yeah. And the difference, watercolor dries like super fast, but the difference
is you can reactivate it.
You can reactivate it, that's true. And it's more expressive.
And you can paint over it easier.
Yeah, you can paint over it easier.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, it's just, to me, as a very fast painter, somebody who works like super quickly when I'm working on a canvas, I like that oil forces me to take time, days between a painting, and I like watercolor for me is the most expressive medium because, it also slows me down because I know my first take is really I might do some touching up, but it's rare. Watercolor is more expressive. So I'm thinking more, even though I'm painting less, but still, so it's, you know, each one like has its own thing and it'll be different for different people.
I guess you have to be careful because you can't correct it as easily.
Right. That's where you have to think more about watercolor.
Yeah.
Watercolor is the thinking person's medium. And yet at the same time, it's also the most expressive because once you get it down there, bam. It's the
scariest one for me.
What's that?
I think watercolor is the scariest one for me.
It is scary.
Just kind of takes over.
But you can try once again and do another painting in 15 minutes with watercolor.
Yes. Well, if you do the drawing fast enough, I suppose.
That's true.
The drawing is what takes time.
Yeah. Right. Guys, I'm going to be right back. I need a cup of tea. I'll be right back. You stay there. Scream if you need me. Sorry about that, you guys.
Not a problem.
So next week, what should we do? What should the demo be? Do you guys want to move into a little bit of painting, a figure drawing, and then maybe a little bit of color mixing and painting?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, you don't have to. You can totally do whatever you want. So nobody has to do this, but I think it might be kind of fun to spend a little time with the figure. Really, I started these demos because I wanted to be able to show people who were far away from me how to do certain things. But I don't, you know, in general, my favorite classes are the ones where people come doing all the different things, right?
Really?
Yeah, I like it where people are doing different things and I could just help them. It's easier for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's easier for me than, you know, having to like set up a demo, make sure everybody gets through doing the same thing.
Oh,
I find
okay.
it kind of exhausting to like make sure kind of everybody's doing the same thing. But I mean, I'll do it, but I really prefer it that everybody's kind of working on their own things. Then you're more likely to come to me and then to try and show if something, right? I don't have your coffee cup, Pat, but I've been able to show you certain things using this setup.
Right.
So the idea is to kind of use the setup to do the things. Wait, there we go. Come here, you.
Leah, I just did the head of the peacock.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it's off, but it looks like a peacock.
Well, that's a good start. Let's see.
That's my goal.
It looks like a.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bit off, I think. The head.
Well, where's the rest of the body? Where's the head in relation to the body?
Oh, I haven't done the body.
Okay, so that I think it looks like the head of a peacock, but I also think it's too big. I mean, until I see the whole body, the head in relation to the body, it's hard for me to judge this drawing.
Okay, because I'm doing it on a really big piece of paper, by the way.
Okay, can you sketch it? So stand back if you need to get the whole thing. Can you do the sketch of the tail, just the outer shape of the body, and show me how it looks?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's looking good though. I can see it's.
Okay.
I agree. It's totally. You're right. Like the best thing about this, if it looks like what it is,
Yeah.
then we're in the right ballpark, right?
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. It's just the proportions. So yeah.
Right. So I can't see proportions until I can see the whole thing. And it's very easy to get the proportions off if you're only working on one section and you don't have the whole thing mapped out. And thirdly, it's easy to make things too big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's okay. All right. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
But do your thing. And if you need help with this, the way it works, let me know. How,
Okay.
Technique, let me know how to get that done. But
I might need help like for the feathers and stuff to see if there's an easier way.
Until I see your proportion, but let's get to proportions first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Proportions are the most important thing. Oh, Pat. Yep. Pat, put it aside.
Yeah, it's too wet. I'm gonna.
And I don't know how much else you want to do to it. Send it to Charlotte afterwards. I bet you she'll be totally impressed.
I know the right edge of that cup needs to be redone, but it's just too wet to do it.
I don't know. I'm not sure it does, honey. I like it.
That green line down the right?
It's not bothering me right now. I'll take a look at it. What I like is it sort of shows the yellow reflecting into the side. So right now that's not really bothering me.
Huh.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but like, you know what you might do? Take your brush, load it with yellow paint. Hold on, can you see this? And line it up with the edge of the object and pull this way, horizontally. So that you're getting rid of that line that's going, what you want to get rid of is the paint piling up.
Right.
So just take your brush, put in a little bit more yellow paint, And you may not even have to do it. You might just be able to take your brush and pull this way.
Yeah, no, I tried about 15 times.
Pull
I just
this.
keep getting blue underneath it.
Well, don't worry about the blue. What you want to get rid of is the marks.
Oh.
You want to get rid of those ridges.
You know what? They've solidified. What do I do about that?
Well, put more paint on top over them.
Okay.
So you want to kind of lay more paint on top and make that a little bit more smoother. So just pull, you may lay the paint down vertically and then pull this way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Try and smooth that out a little bit. Don't worry that you got the color right. You're right. You can fix that next week. But if you can take some of that background color and yeah, Olga. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe. These are looking great, you guys. Yeah. So yeah, Joe. So now let's look at fabric. We've got a little time for that.
Yeah.
So the challenge with fabric is to look at kind of what's happening right next to it. Some parts of fabric have a dark area. So let me see if I can look at one and show you. So let's see, I need blue. Yeah, I think I've got blue. So I've got like the dark blue here. Yeah, so let's say, I'm just looking for a fabric area. I know the fabric is different than it was. So, and I'm sorry about that. You'll have to kind of fudge it yourself. So here's this dark area, right? This shadow.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So dark shadow here. So once I lay this down, I want to have a bit of my lighter paint.
Okay.
So it's, in this case, it's like white. Here, hold on. Give this up a little bit of white and blue. You want to make sure the contrast is there. And then if you look at the edges, right, you'll see that there's kind of a softness to the edges. Not quite as soft as this, right? Yes. So what you want to do is you want to be looking, in some places it's really hard, but in other areas it's kind of on the soft side. So what you want to do is you want to look around where that dark area is. I mean, I can't really,
okay.
I can't really, because the problem is I can't repeat what was happening last week.
Well, I need to cover up what I have anyway, so.
Okay, so you'll go find, let's see if I can make you a couple better blue marks. Let's see here.
Yeah, because the shadow almost seems like it. The shadow seems like it's just there, and then there's really not a transition except for that little rounded, just going around.
That's what you want to do. You kind of want to round around the edges. So you want to look and create kind of a soft edge when you can.
Yeah, I'll be spending
you'll basically be spending the rest of your time working on this. It's exactly like what you did with your jelly jar.
Yeah.
It's just that the edges are different. So note when there's a really strong fold, there's usually a kind of a bright white spot, kind of where it pokes up, right?
Okay.
And then the rest is a little bit softer.
Okay.
I'm kind of like, I can see there's, and the shape is super important too. As like the lights and darks kind of swoop in and out of each other. Here. I can see that like this bit here, you might need to clean out your brush at some point, right? I can see it kind of swoops up a little bit here. I'm really using too big a brush for this, but right. I'm really paying attention to shape and the light and dark around the shapes, the edges around the shapes. That's actually pretty good. And then I'm like, okay, I don't exactly have this color everywhere, so I might spread it around a little bit, not completely, right? But I might spread it a little bit more thoroughly so it doesn't feel so abrupt. And maybe this little sharp edge comes down. Yeah, you're just paying attention to the edges of the dark shadow and seeing what's happening there. And it's a combo of light and dark edges.
Right.
And then once you kind of work the edge, right? Like I have this little light bit here, I make sure that I kind of spread that color back so that it's a little bit more than just in the one area. So if I don't have exactly the color that I started with, that's okay. Yeah, there you go.
I'll pick one of these and try to make it work.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great practice. I feel like you know more than you think though, right? Like this is a kind of a, sorry, here, I'll put this back
And
here.
it's always just one little tiny mark that transitions from something that didn't work to something that does.
And remember also that painting as small as you are right now, this is a small painting. So painting as small as you are, you just need a lot less. If your painting is 30 by 40 inches or 3 by 4 feet, you need more detail. But when you're working on something that's 8 by 10 inches or 9 by 12, it just isn't, you don't need that kind of detail. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
All right, do it. See what you can do. Oh, going back to the goldfish, Pat. Wow. So
on the edges.
Definitely you should glaze it blue. Oh, no, wait, you've already done that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, you know what I would do? I would go around where the fins are kind of more like where the fins, like that bottom left fin, where you can see through. I would get a little bit more blue, white edge. So if you can see, it's pretty, there's like the body tail. Yeah, actually, before I say anything, why don't you tell me what you think you need to do? What is the thing that you observe?
Well, I think I need to mix a really light blue and go around the entire thing at the edges and feather it out.
Do it. That's exactly right.
Okay.
So instead of me telling you what to do, Olga, that's looking great, by the way. Are you adding the background color right now?
I have a new version. I will send it to you in a second.
Okay, wonderful. How exciting. So exciting. We have about a half hour left. Can you believe it? You guys have been going 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I've been going in and out, so it feels shorter for me.
Because of you're getting work done?
Yeah.
What are you getting done?
Last weekend, I changed windows. One window in my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And now this week, it's getting the wall fixed because the window is much smaller than what was there before.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
During the week, I've been doing the spackling and.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. But
hey, thank God for your
really
dad.
Nice.
He taught you how to do all that though, right?
My dad, yeah.
Yeah. Thank God for your dad. Your nutty dad taught you how to like lay bricks and spackle and all kinds of things. Yeah. Okay, Olga, I'm absolutely adoring the picture. Now I think you need to do a little bit reshaping of the cup in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that? It's a kind of sticking. This is a kind of straight down line. So you can take some white on your brush and try and kind of smooth out.
It should be a bit to the left, yeah?
Yeah, it's on the left. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Nice though. I love the picture and the Honey jar is still not quite, the angles aren't quite right.
Yeah.
This needs to be steeper up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you show it, I see it.
Yep, I know. It's a challenge. And I like that you got the corner. I really like that you got the corner of the table. I think that really helps. Nice job. Good compositioning.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think you're going to be really happy with this when it dries. And then you're just going to let it sit for a week, and then we'll come back to it.
Yay.
Yay. And I guess we're going into figure painting. My God. Feels so intense to me, but then again, you don't have to do it. It's now, Diana, that we're not talking. I can kind of hear this little tapping in the background, but it's not like, it's probably driving you crazy. It's probably making you nuts, but it's not like bothering me so much.
If it, just let me know if you want me to go.
It's not bothering at all. It's like really cute.
It's gonna be nice.
Yes, indeed.
Well, now I could go nutty and do the flower boxes. Or flower boxes on some windows.
I really like oil, but I did an acrylic painting the other day and I love it too.
Can you send a picture of it over to us?
Oh, it was actually a gift. So it's not with me anymore.
But did you take a picture of it? No picture?
I might have it somewhere. I don't know if I have the finished stage. Well, let me check. Because it needed to be done like quickly. So
right. Did they like it?
Yes, they did.
Good.
That's so yeah, the best gifts.
This one is not good.
Leah, I think I got the body in, but you can tell me what you think.
Okay, let me see. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, it needs something, but.
You sound like you're feeling more, you know what, Nina, it looks great.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you're getting, I can see you're already getting kind of a little focused on the details too quickly. What you want to identify is you want to kind of squint back at that picture and see kind of where the dark and the light shapes are. So it's really, there's this little triangle, right, of green and two little triangles on either side, and then a little scoop of white, and then this kind of darker green, and then even darker on the side here.
So are you showing it? Sorry, are you showing it on your phone? Because I can't see your phone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't figure out how to like draw.
Okay.
Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
All right. I just can't see if you're pointing. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to figure out how to freaking like draw on this photo, which I can't figure out how to do if it's not
Just edit, and those little ellipses will give you a pen.
The little what?
Oh, you don't have an iPhone, do you?
Yeah, I don't, unfortunately. I see this is where they're much better than the Samsung, because there must be a way to do it, but I'm like trying to figure out how to edit. Maybe if I view it in the gallery, then I can edit it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe I can't. No. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me see if I can send it to myself and edit it. This is where I'm like, God damn it. I am 50 and this sucks. Like, I would totally be figuring this out if I wasn't like, here, hold on. If I was like 10 years younger, it would be easier.
You don't give me those yet.
Yeah, I don't know Samsungs, but there's got to be a way for you to do something with the Samsung with the photo.
I know. So I sent it over to myself so I can open it in a different, there we go. Okay, so I'm saving it. Now I'm opening it. Hold on. I know, it's just trying to figure out how to do it. You just have to give me a minute.
Yeah, no, take your time.
But you need to look at the basic shapes instead of getting caught up in trying to draw every feather.
Okay.
You need to look at where there's a shift in shape. So there are 6 shapes with major dark and light shapes within that peacock tail. There's this green little triangle up here and a green little triangle here on the side and on this side. And then there's this little white sort of curvy area. And then the tail comes out and that's its own shape. And then the tail goes down and that's another shape. So you want to pull those out first before adding in, trying to draw every feather. Oops.
Okay, that makes sense. I can do, I'm just fading now. I feel exhausted.
Yeah, I bet. This was a lot of work. So you could also totally quit and we could start this next week. But out of curiosity, I'm just going to say, I would say rest for a minute if you're like, and let me see if I can figure this out. Just blame it on me. Be like, Leah, come on, hurry up and get this done.
Okay. No, I'll grab something to drink then.
Yeah, grab something to drink. Perfect. I'm going to figure out how to draw on this. Oh, wait a minute. I think I figured it out. Okay. So there's that. Oh my God, I did it. It's a little thick, but I think I did it. Ha! It looks terrible, but I did do it.
You should be able to get thinner and stuff like that too.
Yeah. So maybe I want to like, here, hold on. Let me try that again. So here, hold on. I'm going to trash that and wait, I want to do it again. Albums. No. Oh, fuck. Here, hold on. Messenger. I think I zipped it. Let me try it again. Because it's the working with your finger that makes me feel so. Okay. No, I don't know. Come on. Let me try that again. Okay, so I've saved it to my desktop now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, edit it. Now. Okay, it's not letting me really. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, gosh, Pat, you're so right. Let's see.
You got a while yet before you can claim you're too old to do something.
Damn it. You're right. Okay. Oh, God, this is perfect. All right, Nina, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, so hang on. I'm gonna save this. Now I'm gonna see if I can send it back to. Oh yes, I totally can. Yay!
Okay,
Here
great.
we are.
Thank you.
Yes, I am feeling very sort of stupid. Like, okay, so you see how I've drawn out the sides of the tail?
Ah, okay, I got it. Yeah.
So you want to actually sketch those shapes in, and then where you pay attention to detail is where one side meets another. So you might work on this edge here. You might work on this edge right here, but you're not drawing every single piece in here. You're really working on where the edges meet first before you do any other detail. So the spots are going to be the last thing you'll put in.
Okay.
But draw those shapes out. And the reason I split the tail up at the bottom like this is because part of the tail is going this way. Part's going out. So you can tell because it gets a little darker.
Yeah. Okay, that's helpful. I'll do a little bit, but then I think
but or you also don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I think I might be done.
Yeah, you might be finished. That's totally okay.
But I'm gonna do, sorry?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'll do what you just showed with the white. It looks great, but I'll do it probably like before next Sunday.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Nice work today. You did good. Yeah. Do you learn anything today? Was it a good class today?
Yeah, it's just I have zero patience, right? So at least I'm forcing myself because I look at this and I go, this is all I did in 3 hours, right? Or 2.5 hours.
Right.
But I realize I need to slow down.
You need to slow down, right? It's interesting. I think everybody here can probably appreciate that. This is zero patience thing. Yeah. Right. And that's what our sort of love-hate relationship with painting is, that we have to be patient or you don't get anywhere. Or it's like kind of beating your head against a wall.
Yeah. It makes a huge difference with the drawings. I really appreciate your patience with me. So thank you.
You're doing great. Honestly, you're doing just great. So just keep going. And that we wore you out is really excellent. So
no, this is excellent. I really appreciate it. It's just seeing. I'm trying to take my time in seeing, and you said to try to see, so I'm trying, but I feel like I'm measuring and doing things and I just feel silly sometimes.
That you're spending so much time.
Yeah,
you're doing great. You're doing exactly what you should be. So that's just your left brain trying to boss you around.
Oh yeah, no, I rush too much, and everybody knows that. So this is
I don't know, Nina, you have changed significantly in the time that you've started taking classes. So I think you are perfectly prepared. Oh, it looks good, Olga. This looks wonderful. Now, I like the line, but that dark line, but I want you to bring white up to kind of cover a lot of it up. Okay. So do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, but I think it needs to be a bit drier because I tried to add white and it becomes gray. So I think I should wait.
Okay. Yeah, it looks really great. I think this is a great place to stop, actually. Let it dry and then we'll work on it next week. So we'll spend a little bit of time working on your pieces next week before we go into figure drawing and painting. So all right, you guys. Well, we've still got 15 minutes left. So you can join. You can quit if you want now, or you can just keep going.
No, I can just stay and listen to you.
Exactly. Great work, Nina.
Okay,
I think you're really,
you.
I think you are really, I want to commend you. I think you are really developing. I think you are evolving quickly. And even though it doesn't feel like you probably doesn't feel to you like you're evolving quickly, I am seeing an evolution in how you think and you see. And I think you will be surprised at how much this changes things for you in a good way. Right?
It's that's great. Yeah, because I love watercolor, but I like loose watercolor because you don't need to draw.
No, you do need to draw.
Well, a little bit.
You do need to draw. You do need to draw. You need to draw more with loose watercolor than you do. Sorry.
Oh, I actually do zero drawing with loose watercolors, actually.
Never tell yes that you don't need to draw in watercolor. Just never tell it.
Yes, don't, yes.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, you should draw, but I also like not drawing. So yeah, but now I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're doing, anyway, I think you're evolving, and I think you're getting the job that needs to be done, as it right, as looking at something visually. That there's a whole set of things you have to check to make sure it's a different process, but it's still a process. And I'm watching you. You're getting there. You're totally
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I feel it. So thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And I like seeing everyone's work because it's also very encouraging how everyone is evolving as well, and you see it.
That's totally true. That's really true. I think that's the most important thing about these classes is that you can't really see the work on the Zoom screen. You have to see it on the WhatsApp chat. And I think that's important, right? That's important connection. It makes you feel like you're in a class. And yeah, I think you guys teach each other quite a lot. I think that's true.
Like just seeing Sandra's watercolor and, with the leopard that we had done earlier. And then it was nice, like the enhancement she made, and then just seeing everyone's cups, right? And then Natalia's doing her own still life. It's like motivating to do. Yeah, it's great to see everyone.
It's very exciting. Well, we love having you. So we'll go back. We'll just keep going forward.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, I'm trying to get Hannah to come, but she's got so many obligations. I have another colleague. I don't know what's going on with her, but she just got acrylic. So let's see.
All right, so I will be offering, maybe Nina, I'll include you and Hannah in on the next email I send out for site coordinators with the new schedule in June. There will be one beginning drawing class scheduled. That's for absolute beginners, drawing 101. So I would encourage you to send it out to your colleagues who are feeling nervous to try that class.
Okay. And yeah, and I'm keen on the abstract if I can make it work too.
I know that'll be neat, right? I know it's a little late. It's a little late for you, but we will.
What time is it at? I'm in Eastern because I'm in.
Oh
Canada,
no, it'll be 6:30 your time. It'll be 6:30 your time. No, that'll be fine.
As long as I don't have other things. The pandemic is good because I think we're not out and about as much.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a lockdown still. We're still at a stay-at-home order in Toronto. Right. So, oh my God. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. All right, dear. We'll see you this week then.
Thank you.
Ciao,
nice seeing everyone.
Bye. Natalia, it's really coming along. Great place to stop, I would say.
Yes, I think so.
And let it dry, and then we'll do something. We'll talk about ways to kind of unify, right? What's happening here. Oh, is Sonia starting to play, Joe?
Yeah, I guess so.
So this is one of the benefits of like having Joe in a class. His wife Sonia is a wonderful musician, and you'll often hear her practicing while we're playing. You should tell her to do more of it. More. Schedule it. Yes. All right, everybody. So hang around if you want to. We've got another 10 minutes. What can you get done in 10 minutes? Are you too tired to keep going? Well, wait, it's 10 minutes.
I have just little touches to do. I don't know. I'll send this.
Yeah, send it over.
Got a couple of those fabric folds that are working pretty well, but others aren't. I finally looked back at the people Diane was talking about. That looks great.
And that's great. Oh, Pat, that really helped. Joe, it's looking so good. It's looking so, yes, you're getting it. You're getting it. Honestly.
That's nice, Joe.
Hey,
I
Joe.
love that yellow background with the blue fabric.
Yeah, the fabric is starting to really come together. So you're starting to get those edges. And Joe, I think the one thing you could do if you wanted to like just kind of have a satisfactory ending is to put those little white blicks on the red.
Exactly.
Picture. Why don't you do that? Just take some white paint and don't blend it in too much, right? Let it kind of sit a little bit on the top.
Okay.
And then I think that's the last thing you do today. And then we'll let it dry until next week. We'll work on it for a little bit longer.
Oh,
August
look
looks
at that
amazing
fish,
like that.
how beautiful.
Yeah, Pat, that was exactly the right thing to do. Feel very proud of your instincts.
Thank you. It still needs some work, but.
His nose is a little pointed and it probably should be a little bit flatter, right?
Right.
Yeah, Diana, this was a class we did last year, a year and a half ago. And
that's my new, I just sent you my new window, but it doesn't
let's
show
see.
because it's dark inside and light
Oh,
up.
it looks great. I love it. Oh, look at that. New window. Yay.
That's it?
Oh, nice.
Pat, this goldfish is just honestly, it's really coming along. This might be a good time to stop.
Yeah, I think so.
And then reconsider next week. So does anybody else want to keep working or is everybody else kind of ready to pack it in?
I can send you my last version then.
Okay.
I'm working on I put in much more details. And I'm working on putting on a sign on the blue building. And I glazed the blue building and I also changed the color a little bit.
Let's see.
Sending it now.
She glazed it. Of course she did. This looking great. Yeah. Yep. Oh, how nice. It's coming along. I think maybe one more session or two at the most. Yeah. Maybe you can finish it. Maybe our goal should be that on Wednesday, you should
be
finish
ready.
This. Unless you feel like doing, no, we'll still be doing watercolors. So this would be, let's aim. I think we should set the timer and go, okay. And you work on it let's aim for this painting being done by Wednesday, the end of class on Wednesday.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I sometimes will do that to myself if something is taking too long or I'm kind of poking a little bit. I'll just be like, okay, I'm going to set a timer for half an hour and then I'm done, right? Like I'm not. And in fact, here, by the way, I'm going to turn this around so I can see you guys. I will actually set the timer for half an hour and go, I'm going to do this task for half an hour and I'm going to not interrupt anything. I'm just going to focus for that time. And sometimes it's helpful to give yourself a time limit. That must be the journalist in me. I like a deadline.
Yeah, deadline.
Talk about time limit. That would be intense.
Yeah. Yes. What can you do in half an hour? What can you do in 3 hours?
Write 1,200 words.
Right.
100 strokes.
I used to do the night shift and that was, I worked at the newspaper, so you really did have a deadline.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was really good training because you had to, when you had people in the field or whatever, I was the last one to rewrite everybody else's story.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating.
And you had like no time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it kind of helps, right? Because it teaches you. I don't think it really is. Yes, that's what we're saying, Sandra. We're saying she's going to be finished by the end of class on Wednesday.
Sorry, my brain is so adult right now.
That's the plan.
That's what you're saying, yeah.
Yes.
I began watching a TV series last night, and today I was thinking, I still don't get the gist of it, and I realized I was watching the last episode first.
Oh, no wonder.
Like a complete cretin.
How did you manage that?
God knows.
Brain fog.
Leah, I killed all my fish this week.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
Broken. I decided to top up the pond, you know, on Monday night because of evaporation. And I figured these locusts are going to come soon and I better do it before they come. And I completely forgot about it. And it ran all night.
Oh,
and
no.
the neutralizer that I put for chlorine and metals, it was just a few drops. So it didn't balance the hundreds of gallons that made it flood. And the next morning when I noticed everybody was dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So that's the worst mistake I've made so far.
Oh.
But at least the cats are okay for now.
Yeah, the cats are okay. The cats are always, cats make sure they're okay. This one right here. Here, hold on. I'm going to take a picture so you can
I've now got baby
later.
fishes. Tiny, tiny devils.
Oh.
But they are alive.
Yeah, well, I've had 2 casualties so far. And actually, I'm going to send you the pictures of the dead ones because my friend said they look so beautiful, I should paint them.
Oh my God. Yeah,
they're beautiful though.
Let me see what you think.
They are beautiful, but
better
sad, beautiful.
Well, she is wrapped up.
I guess you can see them very well now that they're out of the water.
I just sent you my pet is playing dead, but he's really just sleeping.
Is that his tail?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's his arm. It's his arm. Oh
No,
God.
on the
Yeah,
left
you should paint them, Sandra. Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 of the big ones.
Oh, sorry, you guys.
32. I dispatched 32 souls. 32.
Oh,
Some of them had been with me for a long, long time.
Oh, so sorry, babies. Sometimes it happens.
No.
No, that's his arm, Pat. Yes, I guess his
On the
tail
right
is out
side.
on the
left side.
On the left
It looks
side,
very
yes.
sweet like this.
And
yeah,
now
the tail is bended like a raccoon's.
Yes.
Yeah, really fat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of him he's super fat. He is like super
He's not fat. He's big.
He's big. Yes. He's a big boy.
He doesn't look fat at all.
I call him Biggie Smalls because
I love those fish, Sandra.
They're beautiful, aren't they? But a bit heartbreaking.
And then, like, I don't think you should paint them. It won't make you feel good.
Yeah, maybe not.
Think about that.
I dug up a grave and I put them in the grave, and then I thought, oh no, I can't put them in the grave. So I put them back in the pond, hoping they would resuscitate overnight. But the next day, not only hadn't this happened, they were beginning to smell. Oh. And the male tortoise had fallen into the grave and was furious because he couldn't get out.
You have a tortoise as well?
I have a male and a female tortoise.
Wow.
Hopefully going to gorge on cicadas.
Wow. All right, you guys, anything else before we end for the day?
No. Thank you.
I hope you weren't recording that.
I did record it, but I can get her to, right. Unfortunately, that is in there, but I can ask her.